Hello everyone, my name is Shane, and in this video, we're going to be checking out the official case lineup for the Galaxy S25 and S25 Plus. These cases are all available at the time of this video, so I'll have links in the description if you want to check them out for yourself. Prices range from $25 to $60. Starting with the clear case, these ones come in at $25. Inside the box, we have some paperwork and some packaging. Let's go ahead and try these on. The first thing that really sticks out on these cases is the metal ring on the back. These are on nearly all of the official Samsung cases for this year. Have our cutouts on the top for the two mics on the top of these. We have an open design on the bottom of this clear case. We do have access to our SIM slot on each of these. We have nice clicky buttons on the sides. And on the side, we have just enough for camera protection there for placing this down on the table. Now, as far as the lips on these cases, there is very little lip on these, so much to the point that some people commented in my last video that when they have a screen protector on these phones, that it actually sticks out beyond these casings. So Samsung really tried everything they could this year to really slim down these cases as much as they could. Now, taking a look at some testing with these, let's go ahead and try our wireless charge. Looks like wireless charging works fine on these cases. Trying out my oversized Type-C charger, should fit here with the open bottom. Yep, that fits perfectly fine on this. I can fit my phone into my small Type-C controller with this case on, which is really nice, so I don't have to keep swapping my case on and off all the time I want to play games. Also fits nicely on my S25 Plus and doesn't add much weight at all, so when you're adding a case and a controller, you still have a very lightweight handheld experience here. And lastly, doing a wobble test here. Let's see with these on the table how much these wobble. Looks like we have a little bit in the bottom right corners, but as far as when you're actually using the phone, scrolling through things, you can see it's actually not even wobbling all that much. They have a great feel in the hand. Of course, you can show off the color of your phone, but really liking these clear cases initially. Next up, we have the silicone cases. These ones come in at $30. These come in 5 different colors. We have black, red, mint, and this blue and light blue color here. I think I lucked out in getting the exact colors you should probably get for these color phones. Taking our first look at these silicone cases, what I immediately notice is that the metal rings on these are actually color matching with the case itself. So we have a little bit of a lighter blue, and then on this blue case, we have a navy blue to perfectly match the navy S25 Plus. On the bottom, we have some Samsung branding. Once again, precise cutouts for our flash module. Let's take a look at the mics on top. Looks like the cutout is good on top there. As far as our camera protection, definitely have enough camera protection here on the sides. We have some silicone buttons on the side to match the silicone case. We do have protection on the bottom of these cases. Let's check out my oversized Type-C charger. Looks like that fits in there perfectly fine. We also have enough cutout here for the mics on the bottom and the speaker grills. What I'm also liking on these silicone cases is we have considerable more lip on these on the sides, so I definitely feel way more comfortable putting these down on the table. So having that closed off back and the lips definitely providing a lot more peace of mind on these. They definitely look and feel a little thicker than the previous clear case. But again, with both of these S25 phones reducing in weight this year from about 7 to 10 grams, in addition to Samsung really slimming down these cases as much as they can, it still does have a pretty compact feel in the hand with these cases on. Doing a wobble test on these, there's actually very little wobble, maybe slightly more on the smaller S25, but overall, because I think this case is a bit thicker, we are getting very little wobble on these, so very happy with that. Let's go ahead and check our wireless charge. Wireless charging appears to work fine on these. No problems. I am not able to use this alongside my small Type-C controller here. You can see there's just a little bit of extra gap there that prevents this Type-C from getting in. But if I put this into my larger Type-C controller, this GameSir G8, you can see I'm now able to fit it. It barely fits. You really have to kind of snug it in there to connect, but I can get this to work. And this also works with the larger S25 Plus with this silicone case on. And as far as taking these on and off, let's go ahead and take a look. Comes off very easily on the S25 and the S25 Plus. This also comes off very easily. And on the inside of these, we have a plastic finish. These are sticking to my pants a little bit more when taking these in and out of my pockets, but aside from that, really liking the silicone cases initially. Next up, we have the Flipsuit cases. These ones come in at $45 each, and there's currently 2 designs available on Samsung's website. Inside the box of these, you get your border portion of the case, you get your back plate with your design on it, and something that is new this year with the Flipsuit case is that they're also adding this additional back plate. So with this white one, you just get a clear backing, and on this black Flipsuit case, you get a gray backing with a bit of a rib design. But let's go ahead and try these on. Now, on the border case, there's a little slit in the back, so you just take your back plate portion, whichever one you want to put on, just put that into here, and then you can go ahead and put on the case. Now that we have these on the backing, we have a matte plastic finish. We also have plastic rails on this. This is an entirely plastic case. On the top, we have cutouts for our 2 mics. We have a closed off design again on the bottom. We have access for our mic still, our speaker grill. Let's check our oversized Type-C charger in these. That fits fine. As far as the lip on these, there definitely is enough. It's a little less than the last silicone case, but definitely more than that first clear case we checked out. So again, I feel pretty comfortable putting these phones on their screens. But of course, the main selling point with the Flipsuit is that whatever design you have on the back, you're going to get that animated on your lock screen. So this automatically sets up as soon as you put on the case. You don't have to set anything up or do anything at all. And then when you go into your phone, it's going to be the exact same on the inside here. You're not going to have anything different change on the inside of your phone. It is just going to be that lock screen on the outside. As far as the thickness on these cases, I would say it's at the level of the silicone case we had just checked out. There's definitely enough here for a decent amount of protection on these. Let's go ahead and check our wireless charge, considering these back plates. Looks like we have charge here on the S25, S25 Plus. No problem. Let's try out the wobble test with these on the table. There is very little to no wobble on these at all. No wobble at all on the S25 Plus. Let's go ahead and try on the clear back plates. We'll see how difficult these are to take off. Actually, not too bad, honestly, even though it is a very rigid plastic on these. Taking a look at the clear backs now, I actually really like the look of these. You get the color of your phone on the back. You get a little bit of extra protection on the sidings compared to the first clear case we checked out. And it is worth mentioning, when you have these installed, you no longer have your custom special lock screen. So this is just going to be a standard case at this point. But again, I really like the nice rounded feel on these edge border case parts. I cannot get either of these S25s into my larger Type-C controller either. So it is just a little bit too thick on the border here to fit it. Forgot to show this earlier, but we have camera protection here. We also have some clicky plastic buttons on the side here. And now let's take a quick look at the other Flipsuit cases. On our lock screens, we're going to have an animation that matches our case. Taking a look at the backs of these, you can definitely see it pops out a little more on this lighter color phone compared to the darker navy here. We also have a little bit of a differently designed case on this black version of the Flipsuit. We have some little extra ridges on the corners here. Plastic buttons also look to have a little bit of a different design to them, some ridge on those buttons as well. And taking our last look at these with the other backplate option that comes with that other Flipsuit case, overall I'm actually really impressed with the Flipsuit cases initially. Next up, we have the Kindsuit cases. These ones come in at $55. There's 4 different colors. We have black, light blue, and this gray and camel color we're going to be checking out here today. On the inside of these have a nice soft microfiber lining. Let's go ahead and try these on. Super excited to check out these Kindsuit cases. So these Kindsuit cases are Samsung's leather cases. It's not a true leather, but it has a very nice premium feel in the hand. We have some nice Samsung engraving on the bottom to go with it. We also have some nice color matching metal buttons on the sides. I will also mention with this camel case, I know it's going to be kind of a deceiving color. My camera isn't giving it its perfect true color here, so in person I can confirm that this is more of an orange. It's definitely not your typical standard kind of brown leather case we've seen on many other cases in the past. On the top, we have our cutouts for our 2 mics there. We have a closed off design again on the bottom here. We have access to our speaker and Type-C port and microphone. Let's try out our oversized Type-C charger here. Fits fine on the S25, and S25 Plus also fits fine. We'll go ahead and quickly test our wireless charge. Looks like wireless charging works. Wireless charging, no problem. Overall, this feels like it has a very similar size to the silicone cases we checked out earlier. It's also nice that we definitely have enough lip on these cases again, so very comfortable putting these on the table. As far as our camera protection on back, you can see here, we definitely have enough room for the cameras here. Let's go ahead and try our wobble test here. I think there's going to be very little wobble with these. Yeah, really no wobble at all. There's actually no wobble on these cases. I'm unable to use my little Type-C controller with this case on. But if I switch over to my larger Type-C controller, this fits perfectly fine. And the same goes here for the larger S25 Plus. We'll do our last test here of taking these on and off, see how easy that is. Maybe slightly more difficult than some of the other cases. Honestly, out of all these case options, this one is the best feeling for me personally by far. Next up, we have the standing grip case. This one also comes in at $55 and comes in 3 different colors. We have white and this black and gray color we're checking out here today. So on the inside, we have a softer plastic. We have the siding of the clear case on the sides, and then we have silicone on the back. But let's go ahead, try these on. So I do really like the feel of this kind of 2 finish case. The sidings do let you show off the color of your phone, which is nice. However, similar to the first clear case we checked out, there is just a little bit of lip on the top of these. I would say it just barely goes over the screen, so the most minimal protection in that aspect is possible. But then these do have a nice slim feel on the sidings when holding them. And then of course the main point of interest with these are the standing grips. So you can just push these down. They lock into place, and then you have a really nice little stand here to go with your phone. So it's super easy to pop this open. Go ahead and open a video. As far as pressing up against the screen on these, you are going to have a little bit of wobble if you press a little too hard, but if you're just tapping the screen lightly, these are definitely going to hold themselves up. And then of course, once you're done, you can just go ahead and unclip it, and it'll just slide back into place. Now, of course, you have the grip aspect as well, so you don't have to lock it in. You can go ahead, put your fingers in the back here, and you have an excellent grip of this phone. I know the S25 is already small enough as is, but I can immediately tell with my fingers in this strap, there is no way I'm dropping this phone at all. I have a really great grip of this. And now let's try out the grip on the larger S25 Plus. Nice grip here. I would say this one actually just barely has a 3-finger grip if you would want that. Let's go ahead and try our wobble test. A very little bit of wobble on the S25 and less wobble on the S25 Plus. But you have to be down here in the corner to be even getting that. As far as actually using the device here, there's no wobble at all on either of these cases. Let's go ahead and check our charger, considering that strap on the back. Wireless charge looks to work fine. No problems here. We do have the open bottom design on these cases, so just keep that in mind. It's similar to that first clear case. And since this does have a little extra thickness on the back of it, I can't fit it into my small Type-C controller, but it does fit fine into my larger one. And the same goes for my S25 Plus. However, I will mention it is a pretty snug fit in there, but it does work. As far as taking these ones off, they do actually feel a little bit more difficult than any of the other ones we've done so far. You kind of have to get both corners off at the same time. Then it kind of sticks out a little bit. Then you can go ahead and pry it off. But overall, really liking the standing grip cases initially. I would say the only thing worth keeping in mind is there's not as much lip on these, but if you can live with that, we have a really nice feel on the hand, really nice design, really nice functionality. Next up, we have the rugged case. This one comes in at $60. There's just this one color here, the black. Clips on super easy. First impressions of this one have a nice rib design on the back. We have a lighter gray metal ring to go along with this, and overall this is a plastic case. On the sides we have some plastic buttons with the same ridges that we saw on that Flipsuit case. We can actually see through the sides, so you'll see a little bit of the color of your phone. Have some Samsung branding on the side here as well. We also have some ridges here on each of the corners. Looks like we have enough room for our cutouts. Oversized Type-C charger fits fine. Looks like we have decent enough camera protection here. Those are covered. We also have some raised corners here to go along with those ridges, so maybe provides a little extra protection. But I'm really appreciating on this one that it still has a pretty slim feel to it, even though it is a rugged case. Let's go ahead and do our wobble test. Absolutely zero wobble on this one at all, so you don't have to worry about it in any scenario. Let's go ahead and check out our wireless charge. Wireless charge works fine. Unfortunately, this one does not fit even into my larger Type-C gaming controller, so that tells you alone that this one is definitely the thickest and the most protective. And to my surprise, it's actually very easy to go ahead, take off this case, no problem. I can also definitely recommend this rugged case. I also wanted to shout out the clear magnet case that Samsung offers now. So now your MagSafe accessories and Qi 2 accessories can go along with these magnetic rings with the case. So I have a MagSafe charger here. See, it just magnetically connects really nicely every single time. Of course, we have this plugged in. You're going to get your charging notification. But if you can find this case for the smaller S25s, as long as you're okay with a little less of lip and the open bottom design, then I can also definitely recommend this magnet case from Samsung. But overall, really liking a lot of these official cases from Samsung for the S25 and Plus. I would say the ones that stand out to me the most are the standing grip case. and the Kindsuit Case. I'm really liking the feeling of the Kindsuit Case the best. I think it's just the best overall package as far as your protection and your lips on it and the feel in the hand. Compatibility with my controllers. I think it's just the best all-around case package here out of all the options. And then I'm also really liking the look, feel, and functionality of the standing grip case. At the time of this video, all these cases are half off, so I highly recommend checking out the links in the description if you want to get them at a discounted price. Let me know any of your thoughts or questions on these cases in the comments below, and check out some of my other videos from this week on all these S25 devices. Take care.